Hi guys. So I thought that this would be a nice moment to tell you about this road trip I did. Uh, Going back, the idea first came up in August. I had some friends over here on the farm and we're talking about different things and they were telling me, you should really come and visit us in Amsterdam. And I said, yeah. And then we stumbled upon this idea. Said, hey, if you drive up, we're gonna buy some bottles. We're gonna buy some bottles off of you. And then we came up with this whole plan about delivering bottles to people, and how that would be good for the brand, that would be good for me, that would be good for them. And then we talked about a lot of other things, and then I went on. But this idea of the road trip stuck in my head. And then autumn came pretty quick, and then winter came very slow, and you don't really want to be driving through northern Germany in the winter. And then spring came by. And with spring coming by, a friend of mine had told me, said, hey, let's do a weekend in Berlin. We haven't seen each other in a while. It would be nice to do a weekend in Berlin. So I put two and two together, and I thought, this would be a good start for the road trip. So I reached out to my friends and I told them about my idea. And we just set a date, and then the date came very quick. And then I started to drive. And the first point on my map was Veneto. Veneto is northeast of Italy. I stopped in Padua and then in Bassano del Grappa. Two very beautiful cities and towns. I mean, they're both quite small, but they're both very lively. There's a beautiful drinking culture, and I call it beautiful because people really do understand what's in their glass. They themselves are homes to some fantastic wines and fantastic spirits. So when you approach them with a new product, there's already quite a strong understanding for the processes that are involved. And there's also a nice in Italian you would say riscontro. There's some good feedback exchanged when tasting the product, when looking at the bottle, and it's a place that I will be wanting to visit again soon. But after 3 nights, I had to go. I had to go to Germany, and my first stop in Germany was Aschau. Aschau is a small town about an hour away from Munich, on the foot of some mountains, which in the winter I'm sure is covered in snow. I was there and it was all very sunny and very green, and with these beautiful, fresh, clean rivers flowing. Very quaint, I'd say, which was a nice welcome to Germany. And after 2 nights, I already had to go to Berlin. And I got to Berlin, and some of you might know, Berlin is very young, Berlin is very international, but Berlin is very colorful, and you can really feel all of these energies coming together. A very creative scene, I'd say. I actually bumped into some friends that I knew from Bangkok, which were doing a fashion pop-up there for some jewelry they had made. And when talking to people about YUVI, there was already some understanding there, because the berries that we use to create this product, these aronia berries, are already known in Germany. People consume them as a superfood, but people had never heard of them in the form of a spirit. So we let people try it, and people were rather intrigued. And yeah, that was Berlin. That was a weekend in Berlin, which, as it went by very quick. And then that Monday, I drove up to Pellborn. I'd say northmost, among the northmost islands of Germany. Yes, Germany does actually have islands. It's almost on the border of Denmark, and it's quite a surprise. I'd say quite a surprise, because I'd say normally people would picture islands as being in the tropics with palm trees and white sandy beaches. This one had windmills, sheep, and large green plains, which was very picturesque. It was very relaxing, and after a a long night of recovery, I went to Hamburg. And Hamburg's a beautiful city. The contrast between the lively and industrial port and the beautifully modern city is something that I think many people are still to see. I myself was just there for 2 nights because I had promised my friends that I'd be visiting them in Amsterdam. So I tried to quickly drive to Amsterdam as fast as you can go on those slow roads in Holland. But in Amsterdam, a car is barely necessary because everyone drives bicycles, which is a thing that more cities should adopt. The weather was also rather surprising. I'm sure that at the moment it's probably raining and under 20 degrees, though I was greeted by 25 degrees and sun. So we were able to enjoy YUVI while taking a boat through the canals. We were able to enjoy YUVI when going to the park, and we were able to enjoy YUVI when visiting cocktail bars. And the funny phenomenon is that lots of the bartenders in Amsterdam are actually Italian. So there again, there was a nice connection there. There was some new interest for the product, what this product is made from, some surprises as to what this product tastes of, and definitely a location to go back to again. In fact, I've left a few bottles in Amsterdam, so if anyone would like a few more, just let me know. And after about 5 days in Amsterdam, I made my way slowly to Switzerland. Do be aware that if you're traveling through Germany with an Italian car, Italian number plates coming from Holland, they will be sure to stop you. They will be sure to stop you, and they will be pretty much confident that you're smuggling drugs. That is not the case. All I had was a few bottles of YUVI. Those poor bottles were inspected, though they let me keep them, and we drove off to Switzerland. And getting to Switzerland, I met my friend Stefan, which has just started his musical career, and I wish him all the best. He brought me to some fun nights of music, and telling people about the trip. I got a lot more curiosity. I got a lot more interest, which prompts a successive trip pretty soon. But I have to say, I was also surprised by the lively atmosphere that I was greeted to in Zurich. And again, after a weekend there, I started my slow descents through the French Alps of Verbier, passing through then Milan and coming home. Coming home after being out for about a month is one of those very nice feelings which you pick up all of the details that you maybe forgot of before. And you get to appreciate the surroundings one more time. So yeah, very content of this road trip, which in whole lasted about 26 days. An experience I would like to repeat, while not so soon. It's in the books, and I hope to share more of these moments with you guys. For now, take care. Ciao.